As we head towards the weekend, will more severe weather be in store, or will we finally get a break? I'll be breaking that all down coming up in this video. Hi y'all, welcome back. It looks like we do have some severe weather in store as we head towards the weekend, as an enhanced risk for severe weather has been issued down here by Texas, as well as a slight risk in the yellow. There's also a marginal risk that's been issued as well, which spans from southeastern Ohio down into central Florida. All hazards are possible today, but the main driver behind the enhanced risk is mainly a damaging wind threat, which is a 30% hatched area here in the red and a 50% in the yellow as well. If you're in the marginal risk, you are into the 5%. As far as large hail threat, there is a 50% hatched area and a 30% hatched area down here in Texas, and a 5% area if you live within the marginal risk zone. Now, as far as the tornado threat, there is no tornado threat in the marginal risk zone, but if you live within the enhanced risk zone today, you are under the 5% probability for tornadoes and even a 2% down here in the green. So make sure you all know your tornado action plan today if you live within the enhanced risk zone and even the slight risk zone today. As we head into Saturday, it looks like down here in the Panhandle of Florida, y'all under the gun as y'all are under a slight risk, and even if you're in the marginal risk, watch out as all hazards are possible, as a 5% chance for tornadoes has been issued, as well as a 2%, which spans all the way up into Georgia. As far as the damaging wind threat goes, there's a 50% chance for damaging winds out there, as well as a 5%, which surrounds that in the red. As far as large hail threat, there's a smaller threat of the three, but still a chance of seeing some pretty significant hail up there down here in Florida. As we head off into Sunday, there is a marginal risk for the Eastern Carolinas down into central and southern Florida. Looks like your weekend plans are going to be ruined, so let's go ahead and take a look at the time frame when you could expect the worst from the severe weather. Alright y'all, let's take a look at the SRRR model. Keep in mind the date and time is up here if you want to keep track and push us forward. Not much is going to be happening up until right around 3-4 o'clock. As you see, there's some renegade supercells entering the enhanced risk zone, and with any of these renegade supercells could spawn a pretty significant tornado today, but mainly damaging winds and hail are pretty much the drivers of the enhanced risk zone. So make sure you have everything tied down if you don't want anything blowing around, and have those cars in a carport, or just make sure they're protected from the hail today. Now, it looks like it's going to turn more into a squall line as we head into 7 o'clock. That's where our damaging wind threat comes into play. And it's going to be exiting and weakening by right around 10, 11 o'clock tonight. And that's when the severe weather is going to start to ramp up in the marginal risk zone. I expect right around midnight to right around 5 o'clock in the morning is when I expect the worst of the severe weather to happen in the marginal risk zone. Now, the only risk within the marginal risk zone is going to be mainly a low end hail and wind threat. So make sure your cars are protected from the hail and you tie anything down you don't want blown around. There's also a chance for flooding today as well, as there is a marginal risk for excessive rainfall, about 1 to 3 inches. If you live in a low-lying area, just please be aware of that today. And that pushes us off into the slight risk area, into Saturday's severe weather threats, which there's a slight risk for the Panhandle of Florida, even into southern Georgia. All hazards are possible tomorrow. I expect the timing for that to happen right around noon to right around 5 o'clock within the whole risk area. Now, if you live within the slight risk area, I expect the worst of that to happen right around 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock. So if you live within the slight risk zone and even in the marginal risk zone, please be weather aware. Know where to go when that tornado goes off. Never fear a shelter is near. Keep as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Even if you're in a car during tornado warning, just make sure you go in the lowest ditch. And that'll be getting out of the risk area by right around 8 o'clock tomorrow night. And as the severe weather starts to taper off, there's also a slight risk for excessive rainfall, forwards of 2 to 4 inches within this yellow area. So if you live within that zone, please be aware of that if you live in a low-lying area. And then we move on into Sunday's marginal risk zone. Now, we don't know the main hazards just yet, and I will keep you posted on that. On the Williams Weather Facebook page and the Twitter page, I'll have links to those in the description below if you want to check those out. But it looks like about around noon to 5 is when I expect the worst of the severe weather to happen within the marginal risk. Now, this is as far as the high resolution NAM will go, but it looks like severe weather will continue to happen within the marginal risk area after 2 o'clock. But whatever risk you are under within the next 3 days, just please be weather aware. And we're going to go when that tornado warning goes off. And it looks like y'all's weekend plans are going to be ruined. Other than severe weather, we still have some springtime winter storms to deal with. There's a winter storm advisory here from Colorado down into New Mexico. So let's go and take a look at the timing of when you could expect the worst from the winter storm. Now it looks like this winter storm is going to be sticking around through right around 1 o'clock and still dealing with some pesky snow showers till right around 3 or 4 o'clock today. Now this is going to add up to right around 36 inches of snowfall, and as you head up into the upper elevations, you could be dealing with some more snowfall. So if you have to get on the road today, please be careful and go up and enjoy the snow in the mountains if you're going skiing at the ski slopes. Alright, looking at the long range forecast models, keep in mind the date time's up here above my head. If you want to keep track, we know we got the winter storm that's happening today through right around 3 o'clock and got the severe weather happening throughout the whole weekend, ruining some weekend plans. And after that, it's going to be pretty interesting. We've got this do-si-do kind of storm happening up here, bringing some winter weather to Wisconsin, up to Canada, bringing some flooding into the Northeast, and it's going to be bringing some cold air to the Midwest as well. After that, it's going to be kind of quiet out there as we head into May, until right around Cinco de Mayo, where we're going to potentially be dealing with some severe weather by Arkansas, and that'll be getting out of here. And we're going to be dealing with another quiet period again, except for just some rain showers up in the northwest part of the country and some pesky rain showers in the eastern part of the country. Now let's take a look at the temperature anomalies to see if it'll ever warm up out here out east. The blues represent below average temperatures, and the red represents above average temperatures. And it looks like the western part of the country is going to be the winter as far as the temperatures go. The eastern part of the country is going to be still dealing with the cold temperatures. It's going to creep eastward a little bit. It looks like we might be heading into a warm-up before we're going to be cooling back down again. So we're going to be getting a little bit of a tease, and then we're going to be cold again. So it looks like a roller coaster ride of temperatures is in store as we head towards May, and after we get past the severe weather threats for the next 3 days, it looks like a calming period is in store. And if you live within the winter storm advisory area, then please pack that safety kit with you and go enjoy those ski slopes. So if you like the video, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe down below. Don't forget to comment as well. Feedback is appreciated. I appreciate y'all for watching, and until next time, never stop forecasting.